Hello, my name is James, I'm the Mayor of Jamestown, and as of a few hours ago, Magic Legends is open beta was released unto the public. And as of a couple of hours ago, I didn't even know this thing existed. I had heard rumours that maybe there was an action RPG for Magic the Gathering coming out at some point, and here we now are. The original plan was to do some live commentary as I played through the game, played a bit of the tutorial, explored what the sort of game has to offer, but I can't do that right now because the game is so poorly optimized, it is unbelievable. I understand that it's currently in open beta, it is day one, it is gonna be fixed. As of right now, I can't do anything about it, so I'm gonna complain about it just a little bit. Moving on from that currently glaring issue, what even is Magic Legends? So Magic Legends is Wizards of the Coast's sort of answer to an action RPG, which honestly, Magic of the Gathering sort of world and setting fits to quite well. I mean, look at the trading card game. It's years of lore, beautiful artwork, consistent rules. There's a lot to pull from, and the game seems to have a decent start on what they seem to be doing. The main gameplay is a pretty simple, action RPG. You move around with either mouse and keyboard, you left click to kill stuff. Each class has its own selection of abilities and spells, but the way the spells work in this game are similar to how they work in the card game. The way the deck works in this game is whenever you cast a spell, you will draw a new one. So, for instance, you can summon creatures, cast an AoE spell, just deal straight up damage. It's a simple action RPG system. But whenever you use one of those spells, it will be rotated out back into the deck, and then a new spell will be rotated into it. So every time you use a spell, it is replaced by something different. It provides a very interesting sort of change to the action RPG formula to, I imagine, to keep things from getting stale. It's a really fun idea. I don't know how painful the end game is going to be if you don't have specific spells or you don't have a certain spell upgraded to a certain point. I doubt it is going to be quite as fleshed out as something like Path of Exile, but I mean, Path of Exile has been out for like 8 years, so it's kind of got a running start. In terms of endgame builds, who knows how viable they're going to be at this point, considering that no one is even considerably there at this point. But I imagine someone, somewhere, is going to min-max the ever-loving hell out of Magic Legends. And that's going to be easier said than done when we look at the cash shop. The biggest glaring issue outside of the game's current FPS concerns, which hopefully gets fixed, is that the cash shop is so blatantly a pay-to-win scenario, if you can call it that. Technically, I believe the game is designed to be solely around PvE, so it's less about paying to be more powerful against other players, but it's more sort of pay for convenience, if you want to make that excuse. But the cash shop, as of right now, is not great. For example, when you open up the store, one of the first things you will come across is the fact that this game, an open beta for 6 hours, I believe in total, as of recording, has a battle pass. How in the hell does a game this early on in development have a battle pass? This game does not need a battle pass right now. It needs polish, it needs work, it needs optimization. It needs all of these things before it can even consider selling something as ridiculous as a battle pass this early on. Not to mention, you can also pay to buy, I think they're called upgrade scrolls or spell upgrades, spell potions, I can't remember what they're called. It should be on the footage, which they can be used to, well, essentially they're there to upgrade your spells. They upgrade the spell cards that you already have and make them better. You can already pay for that. And I'm a level 2 character on my highest level person. I'm always worried when a game's cash shop is clearly the thing they've worked on the most, especially when it has just come out and it's an open beta. Beta implies it is not finished and has a lot more work to do, and that is an understatement for this game. Now, Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the gameplay mechanics. It seems like a really fun idea to have your own deck that you can switch out and swap out. I love the idea of being engrossed in the Magic the Gathering world without knowing I have to have my ass handed to me to someone else on Magic Arena. But looking at the cash shop, at how clearly integrated it already is, and the amount of polish that the game currently needs, it fills me with a little bit of concern. Obviously this is day one, so a lot of issues probably won't get found yet, and a lot of issues probably will, and will hopefully soon be fixed. The cash shop is not going to be one of them. Yeah, prices may change around a little bit, but they're not gonna revolt and reverse around the cash shop. It's just not gonna happen. That's not what games for services do. So yeah, that's about the gist of all I have to say. Magic Legends, I really hope they can kind of turn it around and fix some of the issues it has at the moment, because as you can probably see from some of the footage, the lag is a real issue. It's why I couldn't do live commentary, because when I was recording, it just took up so many resources, even on the lowest setting, that my microphone would just be stuttering and freezing and going to Timbuktu, which I don't even know what that means, but it wasn't good. I'll be playing the game over the next few days. Hopefully some revisions will, make the game a bit more playable at the very least for the time being. I just hope that the cash shop doesn't turn into a really big issue. But from the sounds of things, people already aren't that pleased with it, so I don't know. We'll see what happens and go from there. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I've been James, the Mayor of Jamestown, and until next time, goodbye.